Hello yet again. Tonight I'm going to be doing a review for Titan's Return Grotusque and Scorponok. We'll start by looking at the packaging. I was a good boy and didn't open this thing yet before doing the review. Packaging is just like the Titan's Return RCs. It's just a black generic box. Opens up here to reveal the character cards on the top. Cool little schematic drawings of Grotusque. Calls out his Titan Master Fangul. And then Scorponok. And then open this thing up. You get this really cool image. It's the same image from his character card. Blown up like this, does look really nice. We've got Grotusque over here on the side. You can see his instructions back behind it there. And then you've just got Scorponok over here. Got his name on there. It's pretty neat. Now we have our guys out of the box. And here you can see Scorponok, Grotusque, and Fangul. All three of these are retools of previous figures. Grotusque is a very heavy retool of Titan's Return Twinferno, also known as Double Cross. But they did change a lot with this figure. I'd say he's maybe only half of the original toy. Scorponok here is a retool of the Thunderwing and Ultra Magnus Titan Masters that we've already seen. And then Fangul here is a retool of Daburu, who is Twinferno's Titan Master. Fangul here is a very heavily painted Titan Master. He's got paint on his head, his arms, his shins here. And as I mentioned, he is a retool of Daburu with a lot more paint. And whereas Daburu was based on a Beast Former character called White Leo, Fangul is based on a different character, hence the new head, that was called Platinum Tiger. And then, in addition to the new head, he has a different faceplate on the back, since he makes up the head of a different character. Grotusque's alternate mode is described by his bio as a winged saber-toothed tiger. It's been called many things over the years. Some people call it a gopher or naked mole rat. It's just a very odd-looking creature, lending to his name, Grotusque, being derived of, grotesque and him having what appear to be tusks in his mouth. He has a pair of weapons on his back here. They're the same weapons as Twinferno's. However, unlike Twinferno's, they're actually almost completely painted. They're cast in that magenta plastic, but they're painted gray. But luckily, Hasbro is wise enough not to paint any of the pieces that actually go into, connecting or plugging into things, so you don't have to worry about paint scraping off. It's got these claws here, which are, completely new. This whole head bit is new. In fact, pretty much the whole upper body is new. He has some, basic leg articulation. Arms are fully articulated. Wings can flap. His jaw can open and close here. Unfortunately, due to the nature of his transformation, the head and neck areas don't move at all. They're very stationary, so you can't make them look in any different directions. He has the same little chest compartment thing that Twinferno has, which allows him to seat his Titan Master comfortably. And while his double guns here, when combined, can become a seat for his Titan Master, just like Twinferno's, they actually omitted that from the instructions, probably because he doesn't really go into a lying flat flying position like Inferno does. You know, hence him always looking down. So that is interesting that they actually cut that out like that. This is Grotusque's robot mode. It's very, very eye-catching. You know, these like pinks and magentas and this very deep blue here. It just makes for a very interesting looking figure. You know, his colors clash in such a way just to draw your attention to him. He's got all the standard articulation that you would come to expect from a Titan's Return toy. His little front flap here does lift up a bit to allow him to bring his legs forward if he wanted to do that. He's got a lot of paint on him, which is a big departure from his mold mate. But he is supposed to be, you know, like a special edition figure, so kind of expect it. Here's Inferno for a comparison. I mentioned earlier how maybe about half of the original toy was kept in this retool. This whole chest, shoulder area is completely different. You know, these are different. Arms are completely new pieces. Little loincloth flap thing is different. It's got this new head here. This was a really clever job retooling a figure and managing to make it look like something completely different. This guy has already become by far one of my favorite deluxe class figures from the Titan's Return line. And he is also, incidentally, my very last figure from the Titan's Return line. Getting him in the mail today completed my collection, so yay for that. Grotusque can attach his weapons to his back. However, he does it in a completely different way from Inferno. His weapons actually attach to slots in the side of his beast head. So it's a neat way for them to, you know, allow weapon storage despite his very different back setup. The only downside is that the connection's not very tight, especially at least on mine on the right side. So, you know, these tend to want to kind of flop around a little bit. If you bump this guy too much, shake him too much, weapons will probably fall off. But it does allow him to have something to hold those for him. Here's the three monster bots together just for fun. You've got Grotusque, Double Cross, and Repugnus down there. Now, unfortunately, Repugnus hasn't received a proper G1 update aside from this little Titan Master version. However, out of pure coincidence, today, the day that I got my Grotusque and the day that I'm recording this review, it just got leaked that there's apparently a special edition deluxe class Repugnus coming. So that's exciting. You know, granted, this is a leak and it's always subject to change, but it's looking pretty exciting. It was leaked alongside a space shuttle mode blast off. They're both slated for May, so odds are they're going to be some sort of a May Mayhem exclusive items. Definitely looking forward to both of those figures. Now to take a closer look at Scorponok here. As I mentioned, he is mainly just the same exact Titan Master that we've already gotten from box sets past. His small Titan Master form has been painted to resemble Zarek, which was Scorponok's original headmaster. You can see he's got some kind of scratches there that aren't supposed to be there, so that's unfortunate. His transformation is obviously the same as every other Titan Master's. One thing I wanted to point out, and I don't know how common of an issue this is, but his hip joints here are extremely tight. They really require a lot of force to bend forward to assume his head mode. Like enough force that I'm worried that after enough usage, something might begin to break there. And here I've attached Scorponok's head mode to Grotusque's body, just so you can, see what he looks like as a complete robot. And I have to say the colors line up pretty nicely between these two. You can see a lot of nice sculpted detail for Scorponok's head. It looks pretty spot on to the original one. There's a lot of paint on this guy. And just like the other, box set or exclusive Titan Masters, his faceplate along with that torso piece are made of die-cast metal. So he's a bit harder, a bit heavier than your standard Titan Master. But yeah, he looks really good. It's a little odd seeing him in such a small form. Normally Scorponok is, something that's Titan-sized. But he comes off looking really nice. I'm sure there are a number of bodies you could attach this guy to that would just make him look really cool. But Grotusque definitely serves as a good looking body if you just want to keep it simple. Here's Grotusque's character card. Utilizes that same artwork from inside of the package, and it's very dynamic. It shows him, charging into battle in his robot mode, leaping forward, starting to transform, and then attacking in his winged mole rat form. Just looks really nice. A lot going on in the picture. Here you can see his tech specs with his, base powers and then what gets added by Fengul. And I gotta say, he's pretty weak compared to most other characters. Some low stats there. Here's Scorponok's. One thing I've noticed is that this is the exact same artwork from the Ultra Magnus Titan Master, with just the colors for the character tweaked. So that's a shame. And then here you can just take a look at what abilities he adds to any larger transformer that he merges with. Obviously the firepower is the one that gets a full boost of 10 because he is supposed to be the ultimate firepower Titan Master from the presumably canceled firepower based box set. Never saw the light of day. So that's the end of the review for Titans Return, Grotusque, and Scorponok. This is a figure that I've been waiting, months to get my hands on, and now that I finally have it, I'm really happy that I do. It just came out excellent. Every component of this set is a retool of someone else, but it's done in such a nice way that I really don't care. All the characters come off as looking just fantastic. The color layout is on point. The paint applications are plentiful. This set of figures is definitely worth the $25 price point that you'll pay for them. They're currently a Toys R Us exclusive, at least here in the States. As far as I know, you can still order them online. They seem to be an online-only item, so if you'd like to pick one of these guys up, I'd recommend doing that quickly before they're all sold out. Then you have to pay God knows how much money on the secondary market. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this. I hope you guys enjoyed this review as much as I enjoyed making it. Feel free to leave any comments letting me know what you think of the figure, what you thought of the review. And with that, as always, I will see you all next time.